What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is Austin. I'm broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. Are you going to talk about VSHOJO today? Maybe if I have time. I have not had time to get to the VSHOJO stuff, but I mean, it seems pretty depraved. It seems pretty monstrous. I mean, defend Iron Mouse at all costs, obviously. Heard the VSHOJO thing was your fault? Bro, that's what I heard too. Last night I ended the broadcast, okay? Big mistake for me to end the broadcast and then still like look at what's going on the internet, like on Twitter, because I saw that people were somehow mad at me or something. Like, it was just very strange. Yeah, bro, how do you take an awful situation going on with VSHOJO and somehow make it about Hasan? For a guy who loves calling his critics obsessed stalkers, you sure seem to be quite obsessed with Hasan yourself. I saw this tweet on my timeline and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then it's Ludwig's VSHOJO hot take backfires horribly. I don't even know what Ludwig said. I don't even know the full extent of the VSHOJO stuff. I think they just like stole money from a bunch of VTubers. I guess Ludwig said something about it, which is understandable for him to say something about that. Like, why wouldn't he say something about that? It's his friend. We have all fundraised for the IDF, the Immune Deficiency Foundation, not the Israeli occupying force, of course. He called them terrorists, and brain dead people think it's hypocritical because he's your friend, the biggest terrorist in the world. Okay, so the entire saga is VSHOJO is bad. Ludwig jokingly says VSHOJO is a terrorist organization. And then the people responded to that to be like, you're friends with Hasan, who is a terrorist? Is that what it is? Like, this is the tweet. You have been easy clickbait for the dumbest people. Mentally, I've been in a totally amazing space by just like not seeing that side of the world and not carrying that over to my broadcast. Partially because like there's already so much to talk about. There's already so much awful nonsense happening in the world that I don't want to hear from like the dumbest people on the planet who are incredibly ill-informed about geopolitical matters, who then like try to spear dick me into every single conversation in an effort to just like basically position themselves as like good in the eyes of some of the worst scumbags on the internet, right? And I guess that's still been going on regardless of me not paying attention to that. But this is like the strangest, most insane way to do it. Seems like these people just want to attack all your friends at all costs to make them avoid you. I know. That's what it is. No, the goal for a lot of these like weirdos is to both farm like hate clicks, but it's also to basically just like make sure that even if people like me in this space, and virtually all of the content creators I have no issues with, I'm good friends with many of them, they want to make it so that like I'm toxic by association. That's precisely what it is. And to be fair, a lot of streamers are understandably scared of controversy. So I'm sure it works to a certain degree, but I don't know. I just it's very strange because like they have their own like unique little environment. They have their own unique little environment where it's just like they're all weird, toxic, and gross. And it doesn't work anyway, but I don't fully understand it. Explain this. Eat the rich includes LeBron James. I said what I fucking said. Partying with Bezos. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I need to come clean. I saw this this morning, and this is one of the most devastating things I have seen about LeBron. And I think he was there just because he was like keeping a close watch on Jeff Bezos to make sure he wasn't like doing anything fucked up. You know what I mean? Like because at first I was like, oh, it's got to be deep fake. It's got to be AI. Because like everyone was mad that he was singing along to Not Like Us, right? The infantile mind looks at this and goes, oh, LeBron James is so fucking phony. He's so fake to Drake. Like, you know, and then the dumber person looks at that and goes, oh, Drake and LeBron were running two-mans. Like he's been cheating on Savannah. It's like, that did not happen, okay? Why are you fantasizing about another man's meat? And if it's LeBron's meat, why are you not respecting it? Okay, you're disrespecting LeBron's meat by acting as though he's going to cheat on his wife, which he has never done, right? Like he's never ever done that. He would never ever do that. So it's weird that people are just like saying fucked up shit like that. But I will say this, when I saw this video and I saw him like singing along, I was like, oh great, like he deserves a vacation. He's my king. You know, it's great, whatever. And then the video pans over here and you see like this figure and you're like, wait a minute, do I know this woman? Like I've recognized this boob job anywhere, right? And then boom, when I saw that, I was like, oh God, oh no. I guess what happened here is LeBron is clearly undercover and he's like an undercover proletarian agent. By the way, I have this exact same hand fan I use when I'm in the bathtub. Anyway, that's besides the point. But he's like very clearly undercover because like you can see, like he's got a hat on. Like you can't even tell that that's LeBron James, right? Like you're like, oh, that could be anybody, right? Because he's the master of disguise. And it seems like he was there in close vicinity to Jeff Bezos, like acting like he's partying so he can keep a close watch on Jeff Bezos to make sure he can defend the proletarian revolution if the time comes, right? Like that's probably what it was. So I think it's okay. Yeah, he's an undercover proletarian hero. That's why he was there. It's very clear to me that he is like, you can't even tell that that's LeBron James. Like he is so good at blending in. So that's what I think. Also, you guys are racist for not wanting a black man to party. After a long season, he's 40 years old. Like, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how racist chat gets about LeBron all the time. It's really messed up. Hulk Hogan died. We'll, of course, talk about his legacy. He did not see the Shahada at the time of his death, which is why he is not seeing Jannah. So don't lie. Don't do fake news and say, oh, he said the Shahada right before he died and he's going to Jannah. He's not. It gives me no pleasure to report this, but Hulk Hogan absolutely did not say the Shahada at the point of his death. Right before he died, so he will not be seeing the light of Allah. He will not be going to Jannah. Yeah, he's going to Jahannam, which, you know, rip, I guess. Ozzy's death barely got breath from you, dude. Hogan was an anti-union racist MAGA, and Ozzy helped create metal music and Final Concert raise $190 million for charity. Well, with Ozzy Osbourne, I just like didn't really talk about it that much because I just don't like, I don't know. I'm not like a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan. I don't really know enough about Ozzy Osbourne. The only thing that I recall about Ozzy Osbourne is that I think he not only performed in Israel recently, but also his wife is like a massive, massive Israel defender. You should listen to War Pigs. No, I have. I know. I'm very familiar with dude, I used to listen to a lot of Ozzy Osbourne when I was younger, but I don't think he wrote any of these songs that he performed. He didn't write those songs, but he definitely was one of the 200 stars accusing BBC of anti-Israel bias. He did write them. Okay, bro, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it does not fucking make sense. That's why I was surprised with that support, dude. Listen to me. The man who wrote War Pigs, if he did actually write War Pigs, what the fuck's he doing accusing the BBC of anti-Israel bias? He is fried by 2025. There's no synopsis left. He was in the late stage of Parkinson's disease. It was all his wife. I just fucking hate Sharon Osbourne. Okay, that's what it is. I also am not like, again, I mean, I listened to a lot of Black Sabbath when I was growing up, but beyond that, as you guys know, not a big music guy regardless. And also on top, I mean, it goes hard. War Pig goes hard. Okay? I mean, it does. In the fields of bodies burning as the war machine keeps turning. Oh, Lord, yeah. Hasan is no longer Unc. He's officially grandpa. I mean, this is a song far before my time as well, but this song is from 1970, dude. What are we talking about? This is not my time either, but it's just like a classic. There you go, dude. Rock and roll, baby. Not having this energy for a real American hero dying. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a massive piece of shit, a union buster, a ginormous racist, was literally responsible for Gawker getting absolutely eviscerated by Peter Thiel. So, yeah, I don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan, dog. We'll talk about all that in a second. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm a Jesse Ventura head. So, obviously, I am anti-Hulk Hogan, just like Jesse the Body Ventura in the mind, brother. For those of you who are mourning the loss of Hulk Hogan, I don't care about that. I'm going to be honest with you. You are so old for knowing Jesse. It's funny because I don't even know Jesse Ventura because of wrestling. I know him because of politics. Oh, okay. There's a lot of anti-war sentiment around Vietnam. Was not anti-imperialist at all. It was just self-preservation, a desire not to be drafted to fight. They don't object to the good wars, just the bad wars. No, that's not even entirely true. There was a shit ton of people back then. People were way more radical because they also had the USSR. So I think that's not entirely correct. I mean, you're not wrong either. There were definitely a lot of people in America that were engaging in self-preservation, and that's why they were anti-war, because they didn't want to go to war. But there was a lot more radical elements within Western politics in general. The USSR was still alive and kicking, obviously. And America's enemies at that point were obviously socialist and socialist adjacent states regardless, and, Vietnam included. This thread went viral. Oh, revolutionary blackout, socialist MMA, anti-Semitism is not real, I'm not religious. First of all, it's not that viral. It's 29,000 likes. Secondly, this is yet another one of those guys who's like, Hasan is a fucking phony. This is yet another one of those guys who was like, yo, Hasan is fake as fuck, bro. Hasan is a fake leftist from the left. Every single one of those guys have become either like MAGA communists or basically become this. So it's not surprising at all. Yeah, years ago I said guys like this, like all these like Jimmy Dore orbiters have like fucked ass vibes, and they all, you could clock them because they were like big Tulsi Gabbard fans too. Saw TikTok calling you a Radley because you've talked to Bernie and AOC in the past. Yes. I know. I tried not to engage in like left bashing and punching left to the best of my ability, because I think everyone has a different place in this space. But know that many people who do spend every waking moment shitting on the left, from the left, are usually just doing it because they want to make a name for themselves. They want to be like the most left, the most morally pure leftist or whatever, and it doesn't really matter. There are people who I think have a decent moral foundation and a decent ideological worldview that might even exhibit more radical tendencies than someone like myself. And I don't spend a good deal of time criticizing them or left bashing in general. Like Bad Empanada is a good example of this, where I think he's like a crazy person. He is chaotic good, if that makes sense. Like, think about how little little time I spend like shitting on Bad Empanada or whatever. Because like, I think he's coming from, like, we have different methods, we have different tactics, we have different techniques, but overall, we're working on the same side. Then there are obviously grifters. Then there are obviously grifters that don't necessarily care about the politics of it all, or maybe are just like a little misguided and consistently try to rage bait on Twitter and try to farm interactions that way. Like, what's her face? Like, there's one that constantly used to tweet about me, and now she's like known as like a famous villain on left Twitter. The Suki's mom or whatever. Like, that's a famous example. Like, she used to be a massive fan of mine many years ago, and then became a massive fucking hater of mine, and has never stopped being a hater. Like, she will, every now and then, she'll just like tweet something about like how I am actually a villain or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Even then, I usually don't talk about those people. And the reason for why I don't is because it's just irrelevant. I think it's a irrelevant noise overall. Just focus on solidarity. Put the solidarity in the bag, little bro. The socialist MMA thing is fucking insane, though. Like, full-blown anti-Semitism born from the exact psyop. Everything is anti-Semitism bullshit. Yeah, no. What I was gonna say is like, didn't this guy do a fucking podcast with like Jake Shields, who is an anti-Semite? And I think originally when he did that, he basically was saying, "Oh, I'm just going in there because like I'm gonna win over their fans or something." And then it turns out actually he just became more anti-Semitic. So he was the one who got duped, which is also unsurprising. Because I mean, this when you're like a fucking Tulsi Gabbard fan, it just shows that like your interest in politics revolves around being a fucking crank. You're a crank. You look at someone like Tulsi Gabbard and you say, "Oh, she's a real designated anti-imperialist." Like, to me, that says something about your instincts. That shows me that you are simply reacting to stimuli. You don't have like a fully flushed out worldview, and your opinion mostly revolves around like who's anti-establishment, like who is presenting themselves as anti-establishment. That's pretty much it. There is no real analysis behind it. It screams, "I want CIA checks, please." No, these guys don't get paid by the CIA. Don't be ridiculous. No, they do it for fucking free. Get out of here. But in any case, saying anti-Semitism is not real. I'm not religious. The idea that I have to accept your goofy fucking Jewish stories about you being God's chosen people and accept the existence of apartheid state is absurd. Fuck you. I'm so tired of people legitimizing this stupid bullshit. I don't believe in your stupid fucking God. Stop trying to force me to. Fuck you and your dirty apartheid state from the river to the sea. Fuck you and you stupid tiny hats. This is the funniest and lamest way to be anti-Semitic, by the way, to be like, "Oh, the tiny hat people. Oh, fuck you and your stupid tiny hats," is like, come on, brother. Like, what are you, a fucking child? Jesus Christ. You have like a kid's brain. This is like you're being anti-Semitic in the way that like a child would be, okay? I'm allowed to say this because you are not God's chosen people and are allowed to be critiqued. Trash people and trash culture. Check out my show last night where I completely destroyed the anti-Semitism hoax. I think like this is also probably partially people responding to like the tides turning. Like if you have someone without a serious moral compass, who is like ideologically rudderless but presents themselves as like a leftist, and they see a lot of the anti-Semitism stuff like blowing up online, especially in Twitter, you're gonna lean into that.